2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. It's the new home of the Golden State Warriors, now in San Francisco. We're live from the Bay Area of Northern California. And, of course, Tyrese Halliburton. Part of this lineup, we'll see how they do without him.
And his fans, teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
Well, Richard, you had an interesting view of the start of the Warriors dynasty.
Yeah, I was very, very blessed to be a part of that Steph, Clay, and Draymond's first playoff run back in 2013. Matter of fact, some of the Warrior fans are still mad at me for some missed free throws. But I was 90 years old. Let it go.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. And he gets the jumper to drop.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Back to Henderson. Thompson in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target.
Executing the plan here early, still haven't missed a shot.
Here's SGA.
He has the potential to be an elite NBA defender for a long time. Thompson can guard anybody.
Pass to Şengün. Shot clock at 6. Here's De Silva. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
They double him with Song. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, just an excellent feel for the game. Scoot Henderson understands how offense is played.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drops in the layup off the glass. SGA's got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Şengün. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Henderson attacking. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, it gets pushed around on that low block.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Here's Henderson after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Ausar Thompson. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive. He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Thompson outside. And Thompson slams it home.
Man, his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Newell. Back to Carrington. It's stolen by Alvarado. Here's Buzella.
Nice finish.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That was pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Carrington. Nothing on the board.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Queen. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Warriors leading. Right, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Sends the ball. And he makes good on the layup.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Driving the lane. Stolen. 1 second left. Connects. The jumper drops. Sensabaugh got his second basket of the night. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Trailblazers out in front, leading by a point.
22.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Now we'll hear from Allie Laporte, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Trey Murphy didn't dunk in a game until he was a high school senior. Crazy to think now with the length and the leaping ability he has. He said back then there were times where I'd have doubt or be a little stressed about my future. If I said I knew I'd end up here, I have been lying to you. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Pass to Song. Here's Carrington. 2 on the clock. Şengün, no good.
Well, the defense was fortunate. That was a good look from mid-range. He just was trash.
There's the drive. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. And with the trend break toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been. Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Here's Henderson. And Henderson throws it down hard.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 13. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Asar Thompson.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
And he can't hit the second.
That's fortunate to pull even, but you know he wanted more.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. It'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. Bruzelis with the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Clock at 4. Releases from 15. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity from the mid-range. He can hit that.
Here's Henderson. Up again. Iguodaro. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
But tried by Henderson. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. SGA's got 16.
Man, this is what we're used to seeing from SGA. The guy can just take over.
Thompson for 3. Out to Thompson. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Here's Henderson. And then Henderson with the dunk.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
There's the screen. SGA into the lane.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. We'll take it.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain it.
Here's Henderson. And then Henderson with the dunk.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Out to Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. The Warriors trailing. Now Carrington. He's got 5. Pass to Clowney. Carrington with the ball. And he jams it with authority.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Over in the corner, Marshall. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. To Alvarado. Back to Marshall. 6 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Marshall's got 5.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Clowney. Comes up empty down low.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Here's Marshall. Off with the layup.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
The
Trailblazers lead by 2. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous Alexander all alone.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Now, here's Marshall. It's rebounded by Şengün. Driving in. Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. On the arc, Gilgeous Alexander is pure.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their spot.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Traveling from substitution, Neemias Queta.
Portland trails by 3. Pass to Queta.
Klay Thompson.
Here's the screen. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Here's SGA. He's got 25. Stolen by Thompson.
The defense had the pass well anticipated. They know the offense wants to get that ball inside.
It's rebounded by Şengün. Warriors leading by 3. Pass to SGA. Gilgeous Alexander with great positioning inside.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Here's Buzelis. Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And the big fella, Alex Ong, showing promise. Craig especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game, and has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
Here's SGA. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Making a change here. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Left side, SGA. Just finds the shoot. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gilgeous Alexander's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
That one's not going to go. From outside the arc. The shot, no good. Portland trails by 5. Henderson outside. And then Henderson with the jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
Here's Henderson. Drives to the hoop. And then Henderson with the jam.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And SGA has got the ball here for Golden State. It's a three-point game. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. SGA's got 13 points in the second half.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Henderson, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Back to Şengün. Stolen by Thompson. And here's Henderson. 17 points in the game. And Queen gets it to go.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's SGA. And slam dunk by SGA.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Warriors leading by 5. Golden State moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander so quick off the floor.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that now.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher. Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
Pass to Newell. He takes it in. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. For Portland. Portland trails by 5. Over to the left wing. .26 seconds left in the third. Here's Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
Here's Strother. Pass to Newell. And the turnover again by Golden State.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
Here's Keita. Here's Buzelis. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Golden State Warriors. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We come back right after this. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Warriors leading by 3. Pass to Song. The 3. Rebound by Marshall.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Buzelis. Four on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Alex Song.
And you get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Buzelis.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Warriors?
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks so much. From 11 feet away, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Pass to Queta. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Queta's got his first points of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Blazers.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And also the hustle showing through with all those steals and not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
The Warriors trail. Now Carrington. To the paint. Here's Song. And it's Portland with the rebound. They'll take on the Thunder at Paycom Center after this one. That matchup falls in the middle game of this three-game trip.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Şengün. Stolen by Henderson. Unloads from 13. And there it is for him. Now it's a 5-point Portland lead.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And slam dunk by SGA.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Back to SGA. Here's Şengün. Oh! What a play inside.
When you need points, when you want points, Şengün is the option.
Henderson. Oh, and he feathers one right through. What touch.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander, lethal off the drive.
And where some feel stressed, Gilgeous-Alexander feels strength.
Love the confidence from the young fella.
Trained from outside.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Second team foul.
And that one falls for Henderson.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
SGA with the ball. And it's Buzelis picking him up.
And at 7'1", Sarr makes dunking look easy. The defense has to push him further from the rim.
Henderson outside. Sarr pulls it down. And so Şengün will bring it up for Golden State. SGA with the ball. Here comes SGA. And he banks the layup in.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Henderson leaves it in off the window.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Number 88.
1:14 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Sarr. Outside, SGA. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Now here's Henderson. Big time jam. He was ready to receive and deliver.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Şengün. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Henderson. Oh, the slam dunk.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And they go to the intentional foul.
Third team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Third Gilgeous-Alexander. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
Well, how about the poise he showed there, making this a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're trailing by 5. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game. Now a timeout called by Golden State. 19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
SGA! 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Trying again. The shot is off.
You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. And here's SGA.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
He is getting everything he wants. The defense is seemingly powerless to slow him down. It's sad.
And so it's Portland winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll do it, folks. It's a Western Conference battle in San Francisco as the Warriors look to work the home court advantage. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And, of course, Chet Holmgren. We'll get to see him getting used to his new Los Angeles Lakers team in this one.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
Here's Banchero after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, he can cross you up, hit you with a spin move, score over either shoulder. This young man is a force. Man, that's just too much Alex R there. At about 7 feet, he is a lot to handle.
And the big fella Alex R showing promise. Craig especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game, and has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
Pass to Holmgren, and that one drops for him.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
Harper up top. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league. In his 1 year of college, Dylan Harper did a little bit of everything at a high level. It'll be interesting to see how that success translates to the NBA.
The Lakers off to a slow start. They trail by 9 points. Harper wide open. Holmgren looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up. Warriors with the rebound.
That's a tough start for them offensively. Now just 1 for 5 from the field. They've got to find their groove.
Here's SGA. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Back to Harper. Floats one up. This one for 3. Drills the three-pointer.
Locked and loaded. Harper got it away like he never even had it.
Outside, SGA. Fires the 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
You know, all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without foul.
And there's the call on Dylan Harper. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Warriors leading by 8. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. Coach thinks that they can push Chet Holmgren out of the comfort zones, and he's okay with making him a jump shooter. He said on the perimeter, he may as well be any shooter. We can guard that. Once he's on the inside, though, the advantage is his. So we have to prevent that as much as we can. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Lakers trail by 8. Driving the lane. Chalk up 2 there.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Pass to Strother. Here's De Silva. He's covered by Banchero. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Carrington. There's the drive. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
And you watch Bub Carrington, you know, Tim, for a young player, he has got a real feel for this game.
Yeah, Kevin, he quickly processes things out there. He's got great anticipation at both ends. And I'll tell you what, he's just getting started.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Banchero draws the double. Into the lane. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Pass to Collier. Fires at the elbow. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. "19 seconds left in the first quarter. De Silva, no good. Here's Collier. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Collier's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Golden State Warriors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Los Angeles.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Outside Harper.
Yeah, he didn't read the defense very well there. He telegraphed that pass.
The Lakers trail. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Now, here's SGA. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-'90s. We were still flying commercial to that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys, like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there, reclining fully right next to you.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Trey Murphy didn't dunk in a game until he was a high school senior. Crazy to think now with the length and the leaping ability he has. He said back then there were times where I'd have doubt or be a little stressed about my future. If I said I knew I'd end up here, I have been lying to you. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, thank you, Allie. SGA on the drive.
But I tell you what, SGA is a bona fide superstar, having another huge night.
Here's Collier. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
In close, it's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Releases. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And the Lakers making a change here.
Now into the line for the Lakers. Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Golden State. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
It seems like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tim, has the ball handling and finishing package of a player 6 inches shorter. What he does at his size is really amazing.
Yeah, I think he has the offensive game of a shorter player because he thought he was only going to be 6'1". He got to 6'6". So now you've got this incredible array of shot making around the rim with a much taller player. That is a difficult combination to deal with.
So he had to readjust not only physically but mentally how he approached the game, correct?
Absolutely. It changed everything for his approach. Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance. And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And there's the drive. And Harper slams it in.
So good at reading the floor off the bounce and getting into the teeth of the defense.
Here's Carrington. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Near the 3-point line, it's Holmgren. The shot misses.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
Pass to Newell. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's Holmgren. And Sarr pulls it down. And the Warriors with possession here. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Carrington. Top of the key jumper, no good.
He is just ice cold. Luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Banchero for 3. Offensive rebound. And here's Harper from the arc. Happy to see that one go in after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
Still a developing part of Harper's game. When he's hitting from deep, Dillon is really tough to guard.
There's 49 seconds left now here in the second.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Outside Harper. And that one is stuffed right through.
My goodness. Harper with a little showmanship. This kid can do it all.
Drives to the hoop. Here's Sar. And the 3 off target. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Banchero for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And I like the way they're using the entire court here in the second quarter. The three-point percentage has gone through the roof.
Driving in.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Warriors. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. Right back after this break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Lakers trailed by 5. Outside Harper. To the middle. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
And there's the call on Dylan Harper. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Team foul.
Now SGA. Here's Sar. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second team foul.
That one on Harper.
Aggressive move by Sar. Love seeing that.
And Tim, watching Alex Sar, it's clear he can be a defensive game changer.
Well, his versatility is what jumps out at you, Kevin. Able to guard the three-point line and protect the rim. He's everything you want in a shot blocker. Timing, length, and verticality.
Such a nice-looking jump shot. Solid mechanics, fluid. Banchero's special.
SGA, no good. And Holmgren has the ball here for Los Angeles. A 2-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. SGA looking it over. And he lays it straight in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24 points.
Well, that bucket from SGA just shows you a lot of grit.
Pass to Banchero. Here's Collier. Shamgoon covering. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, SGA. Screen by Shamgoon. And the dunk by SGA.
Well, defending SGA, this is what it's about. He can set you up and then break you down.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Here's Collier. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
SGA left no doubt on that one. Throws it down.
Collier. And they pick up 2. Collier's got 18 points.
They're on fire to start this quarter, and with each basket, their confidence grows.
Pass to Shamgoon. Here's Clowney. Holmgren with the steal. And finished off by Banchero.
Well, Holmgren is mainly known for rim protection on defense, but he can come up with a steal as well.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Lakers are always thinking title. Coach J.J. Redick said, everything I've ever done in this sport has been crystallized into how can I win a championship. I got close as a college player and as an NBA player. My hope and goal is to bring the Lakers their 18th NBA championship as head coach. Kevin, back to you.
Yep, eyes on the prize. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. And it's Collier missing.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow. If we're talking traditional point guards, I got to go Magic. Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So both teams making some changes here. .152 left here in the third quarter. Warriors leading by 4. Here's Carrington. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And he drives in. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Warriors with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Strother. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to De Silva. 5 to shoot. Here's Carrington. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
When you have someone running point who's also a factor at the rim like that, it's a huge advantage. .44 seconds left in the third quarter.
Carrington, that's good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Puts up a 3. The rebound by Carrington. Warriors leading by 6. Pass to Strother. Carrington with the ball. He's got 8. It's good.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Here's Collier. 20 points for him. To the wing on the left. Now, here's Banchero. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Warriors leading. Here's SGA. Got it. Good job in the low post. SGA's got 10 points in just the second half.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Here's Harper. And Harper slams it in.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
It was an aggressive move that could change momentum.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. Rebound the Lakers. Here's Collier. Pass to Clifford. Tries again. Got a piece of it.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
And he gets the bucket.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team. After making 2 threes in the first half, the defense has really tightened up on him here, and he's yet to hit one in the second.
Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Warriors leading by 8. Driving to the basket.
A great drive by SGA, and he slams it to finish it.
Here's Collier. An easy 2 points on the layup. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
He's doing everything he can to keep him in this game, finding good looks.
Lakers trail by 8. Shoots from the elbow. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires for 3. Dead-eye shooting from Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA stepping out on the floor. That will create some driving lanes going forward.
Here's Collier. Takes it inside.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 doesn't go. Lakers trail by 9. Outside Harper. Fires the 3. Down it goes for 3.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Outside, SGA. Fires from 18. That does not go. Takes the 3. Sarr pulls it down.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the 3.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. From outside, that one misses.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Misses the 3. Warriors leading by 6. Driving inside. Oh, no good on the dunk.
And you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dump that ball? I still can't figure that one out.
Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Deliver the hammer!
What a finish!
Ferocious finish. Oh, he rocked the rim. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, mistakes like that have been the story of the game. They lack cohesion offensively.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He takes it in. A huge two-handed slam.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst. Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team.
well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
Here he goes. Oh, that is a big-time jam. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.